Welcome to our Shriya's and
Start, Aradhya. Start. No issues. Start. Yes, Aradhya. Welcome to Attainment. Start.
welcome to Editor and Spoken English and Smart Classes. Learn English swiftly. You are watching Converse and Connect Express with our global educator and entertainment stars. Welcome to our global educator. Welcome to our global educator.
Yes, Aradhya. What is our global educator name? See, it is written over there.
Dr. Sonesh Bhardwaj ma'am. Audio ma'am.
It was too tough for my little girl. Ma'am, she has really learned your name very nicely, but
I loved it.
it was,
But the way
but
she gave it up a try, I think it was amazing, Aradhya. Go ahead. You are really doing good.
absolutely, she always does. And it's really okay to get hesitate. This is what our global educator will let you know. Okay, now over to
Yes.
you, my global educator. My stars are for you now. Okay, so you can go ahead with them.
All right.
Yes, yes.
Lovely. Good evening to all the shining stars. And my heartfelt thank to Dr. Madhvi for again inviting me on this wonderful platform with all you shining stars to share my knowledge in terms of today what we are going to learn.
Discipline.
Discipline, yes. So, my very first question comes uh, before we start. As you all know, my name is Dr. Engineer Sonesh Bhardwaj, and I'm joining all of you from Bangalore, India. Right? So, when it comes to discipline, my very first question to all of you is why discipline? Who is going to answer me? Why discipline?
Yes. If we are disciplined, self-disciplined, then we can set our goals to achieve success.
Good, very nice. Who else? Hey, Ryan, how are you? Ryan sounds
Hi,
slightly
mom.
lost. Hello. I can see Janani, then I can see Yashwan and Yashaswi, Gunika and Janisha. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So, Madhu did mention that we need self discipline in order to become successful in life. See, discipline is of multiple types. Number one is called self discipline. Number two, called social discipline. Broadly, if I classify discipline as a term, we have two different ways to identify discipline in our life. Correct? So, what is called self discipline? Anyone can let me know?
Yes,
Self,
abiding by the resolutions we have made for ourselves, setting a timetable and working upon it.
anything and everything, what you do to manage yourself in a regular routine to lead a very, very powerful life is called self discipline. Right, self discipline has number of ways to look into it. Number one, for example, time management. Number two, how good you are with your work. Let's say you are working or you are going somewhere to study, right? Any college or any school or any institute, like you all come here to study, right? So what sort of self discipline you are using is very important. Do you uh, go and follow up your tutors very well? Do you obey their instructions? Do you respect them fully? Do you follow what they are asking you to follow to become a good human being, right? These all will fall under the category of self discipline. Number two in self discipline is how I am managing my behavior with myself first. Do you think negative? How many of you think negative? Tell me. Gunika, why are you thinking negative? What happened, Gunika? Why you think negative?
And sometimes when I scared or sit in the car, so when the car speed is on the 60, then my mind is thinking negative, and my thoughts come, but I control by praying or cooling my mind that nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. But why you drive so much? Means who drives at 60? Is it your
Ma'am,
mom?
ma'am, sometimes when I sit in car with my mother and father.
Okay. So you can always tell them to drive slowly. That is number one. Secondly, even let's say if the speed is under control, you need not to worry about. Never think negative. See, self discipline is first you drive safely. What is the safe limit? Just you see a highway and you start driving at a speed of 100 is not called self discipline, right? You need to understand you have to be under control limit. That is called self discipline. Sometimes it so happen, no, we love riding a motorbike which is Royal Enfield, right? Or let's say a car driving at a very high speed. We see road is empty, right? I can take my car at 100 or sometime above 100. This is not called self discipline, right? Self discipline is, so what, the road is empty, so what, it is a highway, I will still follow my rules whether someone sees me or not. This is for my safety first. When you drive at a control speed, does it save your life? Yes,
Yes.
no?
Yes.
Correct. Let's say you're taking your car at 100 and by mistake something has come onto the road. Something, some kind of, let's say, little thing has happened onto the road. Don't you feel so you risk your life? So what you are doing, you are going out of your self discipline. So number 1 is, in self discipline you should not think who is watching me. You should start following your rules, regulations, which is being taught to you in a very very religious and faithful manner. You need to be first trustworthy to you. Whether someone sees you, whether mom and dad is watching you, whether your teachers are watching you, doesn't matter. When something is taught to you, you should follow it blindly. That is called self discipline. Correct? How many of you sleep, let's say, at 10 p.m.? Or you keep watching TV, Tom and Jerry and this and that? Jinisha is smiling and raising half hands, so I can understand. She's not sleeping at 10. Aradhya is also sleeping by 10? Sure, Aradhya?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
very good. So let's say if you all have a timetable in your life that by 10, after finishing, let's say, my dinner, after watching TV for some time, after playing, after studying, I want to go to my bed by 10 o'clock sharp. And every day you follow it genuinely, right? Someday it may happen due to some unavoidable situation, it may happen you missed out on 10 and 10 has become 10:30. It's okay, but it should not become a practice every second third day that you are going to bed by 10:30 instead of going by 10 o'clock. This is called self discipline. Your mom should not keep running behind you, hey, go and sleep, it's 10 p.m. right now. This is not called self discipline. Self discipline is, you go and tell your mom, Mom, it's 10 p.m. right now. Time for me to sleep. Good night. Have a lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Right? This is called self discipline. Everyone is clear with self discipline?
Yeah.
Great. Now, the second part, which is so called a bigger game for all of us. See, we all are growing, right? We are not going to remain kid like throughout our life. We all want to grow. We all want to enjoy good things in our life. We all want to become very successful in life, right? So, in order to become successful, this universal power has blessed us with a word called, or people around us, which are so called a part of society. So, society is given to us to make us more powerful and strong. Please understand. They are not been given to us to torture us. Lot of time we take this into a very negative mind frame. Oh, my relatives are not good, my uncle is not good, my aunt is not good, that person is not good, this person is not good, right? It's all fine. They all have come in our life for a reason, please understand. So you need to understand, God has sent all these people in our life to make us more powerful, more successful, provided that we understand their reason in our life. See, whenever mother and father shouts at us, do you mean like they are not happy for us? They do it intentionally? No. They are shouting at us, or they are just, screaming at us because they want us to to do certain things in a very, very successful manner, so that we can turn out to be a good individual. Likewise, people who are not with our blood relations, but they are somewhere attached to us in the form of relatives, maybe your uncle, mousy, auntie, anybody you name it, your close by, your near and dear cousins, your far, your neighbors, all these people has a role in our life to play. Now we need to be slightly open. Rather than blaming everybody, we should start thinking in a positive manner. And we should think, if let's say someone is telling me what benefit out of this I will get, how much improvement I can, do in myself by utilizing, if somebody is suggesting me to do something. For example, I'll give you, as you all are kids, right? So sometime your mom takes you to, let's say, a marriage function. You go with your mother and father. There is a particular aunt there who is so called agni aunt. You don't like that aunt at all, because she either may be shouting on the kids, or she doesn't like kids so much, right? Sometime it may happen. We don't like certain particular people in our life, right? You go with your mom and dad, and you don't do namaskar to that auntie, and your parents are saying, hey, like a good kid, you should do namaskar to your auntie, right? They're elders to you. But you keep your mouth in a very your facial expression into a very different vague manner, and you say, no, I will not do to this auntie. I don't like this auntie at all, right? Right? So this is very bad. No matter whatever that auntie has done, you should not do the same, because this defines your social discipline. How good you are with public around you, how good you are in order to follow your ethics. See, when somebody do good to us, we love it. Somebody do wrong to us, it pains. But does that mean we should also start doing wrong to that person? Absolutely no. Correct. So this is very important in our life to understand. When you don't like someone in your life, it's okay. It does not mean that you should stop doing good things to them. Always greet them, wish them. Somewhere in their life they will start thinking from a good heart for you, right? And this process will happen automatically. You should not stop following your good things in life, right? So that's very, very important. Number 2, when I talk about in social discipline, is what are you contributing to your society? Like, you all are kids, you're very young and small sweet angels, right? But do you know, even you all can powerfully go and empower society in number of ways. Can you give me certain examples how you do it? How you do it? How you do it?
If in our society some garbage is there and it not have cleaned from many days, so I will go and say to the uh, to that uh, uh, person that who is uh, appointed for that duty, or the
Yes, good. That is one. Like, for example, uh, in your society, you must have seen there will be people who will be coming from, let's say, municipal committee or some governing body which is actually responsible to pick garbage from homes, right? Because now we all stay, let's say, in our own independent house or in flats or in apartments. So there is a process that we cannot dump our garbage here and there, and we should not, in fact, right? So how we are supposed to put that under decomposition? In a simple way, you hand over that to somebody who will come to pick that garbage, right? So this is one, you are a responsible citizen, so you need to contribute to the good practices in a very disciplinary manner. You don't misbehave with these people when they come to ask you, please give garbage. Some people I have seen, they start shouting, why you come at this time, can't you come at this time? Please understand, they have a job to do, and they have to collect the garbage from everyone. They also have their working hours like how you have. So never ever misbehave with people who come and do help you in order to maintain your society much better, right? Okay, Aradhya, tell me.
Then one time in in a society, there we uh, there is some burst uh, so many bombs. So the garbage is many days. So we only go and uh, we only go and uh, throw the
You only
garbage.
go and okay, all right, that's also fine. Means if there is a particular space being given, or let's say there is an area being decided where everyone come and drop their garbage bag, and from there the municipal committee people will pick it up. Even that can be one of the ways I have seen into lot of areas. But generally in metropolitan cities, generally in apartment system, or let's say when people stay in flats, there are lots, thousands and thousands people stay in the same building, right? So it's not healthy to keep a open space where we just go and drop our this one garbage bag, because it will create lot of diseases in and around to people, right? So we should also see our health wise, we are not suffering by dropping garbage here and there. That's why in apartment system, or let's say in metropolitan cities, we don't allow people to store garbage into one single area where people will come after a week. It can severely spread lot of diseases which are very risky for our life, especially for kids. Diseases like dengue, malaria, like you can get into typhoid. You can just, if something is stinking around your living space, it is not healthy for your air to you breathe in, right? That can create a lot of respiratory infection to you. That can create even some other skin diseases also to you, right? So you need to be extremely careful. You need to keep the space in and around you very healthy, hygiene, and this comes under your social discipline, right? Social discipline is clear to everyone. Yes, Yashwan, you want to speak out something? I can't hear you. Yashwan, just try your audio once again. I can't hear you.
You're muted.
No, now he's not muted,
No.
but still we can't hear him, right?
Yes.
Yashwan, do you have plug-in earbuds? Yeah, do that. Probably your laptop or computer speaker might not be working properly. Or join again so that you can just speak out with your question. Okay, now the next important part which you all should follow in terms of social discipline is how many of you are contributing to the social cause. Now some of you might think, hey, I'm a kid, my job is just to go to school, study, take rest, and just feel happy with my mom and dad, right? No, it's not like that. You as a kid can contribute very passionately, and you should do it. I know a lot of parents don't appreciate this, that their kids at this age should start doing something for society, because they feel then my kid will not start listen to me, and they might get involved with the lots of societal thing which might hamper their studies. Trust me, nothing stops your study. You will become in fact more powerful. All you need to do is you need to get guided by a right mentor. Correct? So just keep yourself involved with one or two causes. Like for example, as a kid you have a lot of toys with you. You have played in your childhood with a lot of toys, right? How many of you have a lot of dresses in your cupboard? I mean, you're fond of dresses, right? You keep buying, keep stocking them into your cupboard, and couple of the dresses you don't even wear, right? So your task is go and provide these new clothes which, let's say, you are not using at all. Please ensure no torn clothes, no old clothes. It should be wearable by people, and you have to go and help to someone who is, you can just go and donate to kids who are, let's say, underprivileged, who can't afford to have kind of quality clothes or toys. You can give and contribute to them or donate to them. This is your responsibility, right? So don't do it just by thinking, oh, I'm doing a great job. No, you are simply helping people. Develop this. This will really help all of you to grow with a very big element called empathy and satisfaction in your life, which is needed right from children, when you are in the growing stage, right? So this is very important, and you should start doing this. Yes, Gunika.
Ma'am, on this, ma'am, when my birthday has came, so on in this year only, so I have decided that tell to my mother that I want to go and give food give food to poor peoples, and then we will first we will go uh, to the to the house where cows are kept, and give them uh, uh, give them good to eat, and then we go to the uh, poor to the temple where the poor peoples live, and give them to food. But
Good.
but we find only few peoples out of the temple, and and then we came out from there, and then we find poor peoples and give them the food, but we can't find anywhere. So
That's okay.
in
See what happened, I'll tell you. If you are able to, let's say, 1 day or 2 day prior to your birthday itself, you can call to a respective orphanage or an NGO, tell them you are coming, and ask them how many people are there. Accordingly, you take the food for them. That is one way. And don't only wait for your birthday. I would suggest every month at least 1 day you should go, or any Saturday or Sunday whenever you are free. Make it up a practice. It should not happen only on our birthday. We want to donate to give, take blessings, right? It's a selfish mean. We should be doing it genuinely from our heart to help out people, right?
Yes.
So you should do it every month at least one time. You should take your parents and ask them to visit anywhere. You will find 4 or 5 people also. Just do it with them.
Yes. I
It's
used to
not
go to
mandatory you need only 100.
Yeah, I used to go to slum area every Sunday and spend at least 2 hours with the children living there, helping them with their
Do.
studies, teaching them, telling them good stories, and teaching them good manners. So I enjoy
Yes,
that very
this
much.
is very, very important, because a lot of people don't understand the power of this whole way of contributing. See, we need to understand in life, we all are blessed by universal powers, that today we are into a strong position to learn, to give ourselves a quality education. But there are a lot of people in and around us who are talented, but they don't have money, they don't have, let's say, right platforms, they don't have right schools to go and get themselves educated, right? Does that mean that they don't need life? I don't think so. Everybody needs to at least be fulfilled with their basic necessities, and this is our responsibility, and this becomes a part of our social discipline, right? So we should not think who is poor or who is rich. You should always think who you are and how you can help somebody who is not into a better space should be your formula and mantra. So that once you grow up in life, let's say when you're going for your school and college, you will find a lot of people coming from rich background and cars. You will never feel offended by looking at them. You will never torture your parents, I also need car to go to school or college. That doesn't define you, right? So it will keep you very grounded, it will keep you very humble, and you will always understand the importance of driving your life in a very very disciplined and simplified way, and that will bring you to the limelight. That's the mantra. You should not just get wrongly directed into some direction which actually can collapse your life. That's why self discipline, social discipline is way too important in our life to do at, right? Number 4, as a social, as a part of social discipline, what all you all can do is, like, for example, you can contribute in platforms like this where you take a lead. For example, sometime you should anchor certain programs, sometime you should write something good for a poetry, for newspaper, all these things you should start doing, right? Madhvi ma'am writes so well in terms of poetry, right? She's so
Right.
well connected through media. You all should ask her, ma'am, I also want to write a poem, can you help me? She will definitely guide you and in fact help all of you to become like her, and in fact become more powerful in what you can contribute, right? This is other way of contributing to society. Every time contribution cannot be through money. Remember one thing, you should not just go and keep donating money here and there. That cannot be the right formula. I would suggest help out people, look at their needs. For example, somebody needs book. If you have some extra stationery with you, you feel you can donate some books to somebody, please do that. You find somebody doesn't have a ration at their house, please give them ration kits. For example, you can contribute to them dry ration kits. This is a part of social discipline. You find somebody is not able to go to school because they don't have uniform, they don't have a pair of shoe, or they don't have, let's say, a bag, school bag. You can help them if your capability or your affordability allows you. Never ever go and do something beyond your limit, because that might start pinching you too. So keep a open heart, open mind, but at the same time also see to it how you can contribute in your best possible way to others, to help them, empower them, and really turn them out in a way where you become very powerful, and you're also making others around you very powerful. And this is called a way of walking together into the most powerful way, right? So that's all from my side today in order to build your disciplinary act. Now we are open for your questions. So please shoot your questions if you have any.
Yes, discipline is helping kids in all the ways. Even I have observed that discipline helps me. I'm a working woman, so in my office also.
Hmm.
So
Good.
I have yes, I have to plan my schedule every day. That what are the works which I have to complete, and how what will be the priority. So that way I have to be disciplined and reach the office in time, and and not take
Yes.
much holidays like that. So in office also there discipline should be maintained. So
100%. See, working people, they have a different role. I would say they actually take a more burden on them, right? So they
yeah,
have a bigger role to play because they
yeah,
need to manage how home responsibility, especially as a female. We have this whole balancing act because we
yeah,
need to balance home responsibilities, and we need to also balance our work responsibilities and then our social responsibilities. So
right,
slightly we are divided among a lot of areas. So we need to keep ourselves very disciplined. How much time, how much work, what I am supposed to finish first, setting my priorities is very very important.
right.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yes, Gunika,
Gurika,
you were raising hand. I'm sorry, Madhu, you were saying
Yeah,
something.
yeah, ma'am.
no, I
Ma'am,
was saying this
on
only that Gurika was raising her hand.
Yeah, ma'am. When I'm in the school, I was in the school. So, on my principal's ma'am birthday, we whole school, whole class have having toffees and candies, but and we eat we all eat after reaching to house, but I don't know that our class section A did that, or anyone else throw the wrappers there only on the stairs. And when I reached, I saw that uh, I truly feel bad that how our school children do that kind of thing. So our dance period is going, and I have to go with my class, but I stay there and pick up all the wrappers, and then uh, take uh, take with me, or I find the dustbin, so that so when my teacher or my classmate ask me, so that why do you not come with us, so I tell them that our section A did throw the wrappers on the uh, in auditorium, or another class had done that, so I have thrown pick up all the wrappers and throw them into the dustbin. So my
Very
teacher
good job
told
done
me
by
that you
you.
have done the good thing, and my classmate also.
Good. Let's give Gunika a big round of applause. How you all gave applause?
Thank you, ma'am.
Great. Good,
Thank you,
Gunika. You
everyone.
should keep doing good things, but at the same time, please ensure none of us should do this any kind of wrong practices which creates wrong impact in and around us, on society, on us, right? That's the
Yeah,
power
ma'am.
of discipline. Wonderful. Any other question?
Can discipline helps us to focus on something, focus on our studies or focus on our work?
Yes, it does. Ryan, is there a background noise from you? Can you mute yourself?
No, okay.
Oh, yeah, I think yes, fine. So, Madhu, your question is, can discipline help us to improve in our studies or improve in
To remain focused,
to
can
remain
discipline
focused?
help?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. See, discipline when we talk about can be implemented in number of ways to go with your focused goal. Number one, create your goal. Now, let's say you have a goal of clearing some exam, which is after 1 month. I'll just share a very simple example with all of you to understand it much better. How your self discipline can really help you to achieve your goals in a focused version. So let's say you have a very competitive exam after a month, right? And you want to clear this exam. But let's say if you don't create a timetable, you don't create a schedule, you don't create a eating timetable for you, and remain going with your old practices. Friends comes at home, you are enjoying with them. Mummy gives you sweets to eat, you are eating. You are sleeping at 6 o'clock, then you say your mom, please wake me up by 8 o'clock. I have to study. Now mom also forgets that, and then you are completely out of that. 1 day is over, 2 days over, 3 days over. Do you feel in this way you are going to clear the exam? No. So, how you should approach and take a self discipline approach here, let me explain you. Every day, sit on your study table and write down in your diary what is the day task you are going to fulfill today. Create 10 pointers. Number one, I will study so and so subject for, let's say, 1 hour. So, subject number two for one hour or 40 minutes. Subject number three, I need to finish this, I need to finish that. And by the end of the day, when you sit back with your diary, identify how many tasks you are able to do on daily basis. In this manner, you see your preparation is going to be more effective, preparation going to be more satisfied, and you will develop a really focused way to just go and get into a well planned preparation way of looking at your examination. right? And you will find you are more confident in order to face your competitive exam. That is very very important. So this is how your self discipline really helps you to create that whole synchronicity around you, so that you can stay intact to your goal, and most important is you can follow your dreams if in case you have self discipline in place first. That's how your self discipline can help you, Madhu.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, any other question do we have?
Yes, Yashwan, do you have any question?
Yeshwan, I'm so sorry, I can't hear you still. Can you type it up in the chat box? I will take your question from there, Yashwan. Do it this. Okay, till Yashwan writes his question. Is there any other
Mhm.
question any one of you have?
Yes, please. Vinika, Ryan,
No.
No question?
don't you have any question? Okay, so let me ask one more question. That
Please.
does discipline helps us to be mentally strong?
Yes. Because, see, as I have mentioned in your first answer itself, that discipline will give you a direction, right? See, when you write your notebook, it is going to hold you very accountable. It will keep flashing in front of your eyes. Sometime I personally have done when I started my career, because I was into a very, very stressful workload of sales. And sales is a very extremely focused area where we need to focus on numbers, focus on how we talk to people, focus on a lot of areas. It's not only one, it's a multiple areas. So what I used to do is I used to keep color shades. Do you know the sticky notes which colors with different different color shades,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yellow,
Yeah,
yes,
ma'am.
green, and all the vibrant colors. So I
yes, yes.
used to have my dedicated workstation where I used to keep these sticky notes in front of me, and I used to write my goals, each goal on these colored sticky notes, and used to stick in front of me where I used to work. So what used to happen, I used to, once my task was done for the day, I used to tick it big way, and then I used to put a smiley down to it, and it used to give me a kind of satisfaction and charged up way. Hey, wow, this is what I've done.
That's a great idea.
Yes, right, this really charges you. The energy is very different.
Hmm, yeah.
And by the end of the day, when I am able to fulfill all my, let's say I have created 8 different color chits, and out of that 5 I'm able to fulfill by the end of the day, I will remove those 5 chits, drop them, and the remaining 3 which I couldn't, the next day task is I have to first finish those, and then I have to add my second day new task color chits. So this has created a kind of rhythm in my life where I become myself very accountable to me, that it's not about my boss is going to ask me, my leader is going to ask me. It was much more about how I'm growing on daily basis, right? So I start asking myself a question, that Sunesh, are you becoming accountable to yourself? And I used to feel very charged up and energized when I the answer used to come yes, right? So this is the
Uh,
best way to create that rhythm in your life, and it gives you direction, in a way where not only one goal, you can go and fulfill your multiple goals in life, right?
right.
That's why it is very, very important.
Exactly. Thank you so much. However,
We
we know
extend
also,
our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed global educator, Sonesh Bharadwaj ma'am. You are really always, as usual, very, very amazing, exceptional. Because your teaching style and even on the subject, when discipline have really left, indelible mark on my students. I can see how they are smiling, they're enjoying, and I believe they will be more disciplined, and they will know now that energetically also we can keep the discipline, so they know now actual definition of it. So it was a really an insightful guidance, ma'am. And as I would say that, keep joining us again and again, because your our virtual classroom really resonate profoundly with the, with your essence, and reach our and reach our students accordingly, and always a sincere appreciation for you. So thank you so much, ma'am, once again, to shaping our young minds, in a wisdom and care.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I think, Dr. Madhvi, by your permission, can I take one last question for Yashwan? Because
Sure,
with a great
sure.
difficulty, he just
Sure, ma'am.
wrote his question.
Yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
So, ma'am, I saw some people in car see the poor child, so they shout on them. So I think to hit them with a bat. So, ma'am, your idea. Yashwan, my idea here would be, first of all, as a good citizen, you should never shout on anyone. Number one, anyone. It's not only about bad, poor, or underprivileged. Generally, I have seen, you are right, a lot of people take it for a very liberal way of going and shouting at people who are below them, because they feel it's their birthright to go and shout. Let's say somebody who is coming as a servant working for your home, right? You have seen maids coming to our house for, let's say, cleaning, or making our food, or let's say anything for that matter, where you take domestic help from people. Never ever shout on them. Because think like this way, if one day your cleaning lady is not coming to your home, do you understand, do you have a patience to stand there in the kitchen and do it? How painful is that task, right? And these people
Yeah.
really help us to lead better life so that we can have our peace of mind. So first thing, we should never shout. This is number one. Even if, let's say, they have done something wrong, because see, we all are humans, we need to understand there is a better way to deal with the problem. Talk to them nicely, identify what's the problem, and get the solution done. Fighting, shouting, screaming is not at all the solution to any problem, whether it is at child level, whether it is at an adult level, whether even it is at a super, super adult level also. Right? So I am not into a favor of going and shouting with people. Sometimes situations turns out to be worse, but I'm sure prior to this there are a lot of better things which can be done. So you don't misbehave with people, don't misbehave with children. Let's say some child I've seen, they're special child, right? They cannot gel well with the regular child, and they feel very offended when people behave in a very different way with them. Never do so. This is done by some powers because of certain reasons which we don't understand, and we have no rights to go and, let's say, create that hurtful or painful area for anyone. We should never do that. From your side, whatever best you can do, help them, and just treat them like any other kid. And let's say if you feel no, I can't, then I would suggest, please stay away from such kind of people where you cannot talk to them very politely and nicely. Don't misbehave. First learn how to behave, and then only you come and interact with such people. Right, Yashwan? Perfect. So thank you so much, Dr. Madmi, once again. And thank you so much, all my lovely shining stars, for giving your time out here. I'm sure I was able to add few value bits from my side to improve your life in terms of self-discipline. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Madhu. And thank you. And love, light, and abundance to all of you. Keep shining, keep rocking. Thanks a lot.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you
Bye
so
for
much.
bye.
giving
Thank
me
you
your
so much,
precious time.
Thank you,
Dr.
ma'am.
Engineer Suresh
Bye
ma'am.
bye.
And we are
Glad
so
to
grateful to you to teach
glad to
us a
communicating
discipline
with you.
mantra. We are so much grateful to teach us discipline mantra. It will surely going to help all of us in future. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Go ahead with that. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Glad to
Bye.
communicating with
See
you,
you again in the
ma'am.
next class, next
Next
session.
class we will do that. Bye bye.
Bye,
Take
ma'am.
Bye.
care.
Yes, thank you.
Sooner,
Thank you.
ma'am will be in the next class. She will give it. No student should go anywhere. Student should be here only. Every student should be here only. Okay, that's the end of our today's program. Don't forget to join for more useful vocabulary, sentences, phrases, and knowledge from our intellectual global educators and edutainment stars. Learn English
Simply.
simply.